think back to your childhood bedroom. That toy chest, overflowing with plastic heroes, plush companions, and promises of adventure. They were your first friends, your silent confidants. But what if I told you that toy chest wasn't a treasure trove, but a Pandora's box? That the history of our most beloved playthings is written in a language of poison, propaganda, and industrial espionage. Today, we're not just reminiscing. We are pulling the string on the talking doll to make it say what it was never supposed to. Prepare yourself, because the secret history of toys is far more twisted than any childhood nightmare. Our journey into the dark side of the playroom begins with a simple, deadly ingredient: color. In the 19th and early 20th centuries, the most vibrant colors were made with the most lethal substances. That cheerful yellow on your wooden duck. It was likely cadmium or lead chromate, both potent neurotoxins. That brilliant red on your toy soldiers, often derived from mercury. But the king of all toxic toys was anything painted with radium green. In the 1920s, after Marie Curie's discoveries, radium was seen as a miracle element. It glowed in the dark, and companies put it in everything, from watches to children's toys. Kids were literally sleeping with radioactive material, a silent, glowing poison marketed as a magical novelty. The innocence of play was a minefield of heavy metals and radiation. But the dangers weren't always chemical. Sometimes they were explosive. Consider the Austin Magic Pistol, a toy from the late 1940s. It fired plastic balls using a chemical reaction. How? By mixing magic crystals, calcium carbide with water. This created acetylene gas, a highly flammable and explosive substance. The instructions told children to wait a moment for the gas to build up before pulling the trigger, which created a spark. The result was a toy that was, in essence, a small, unpredictable bomb. Reports of the pistols exploding in children's hands, causing severe burns and injuries, were widespread. It wasn't just a toy. It was a lesson in volatile chemistry with devastating consequences. And what about toys designed not to entertain, but to indoctrinate? The Cold War turned the playroom into a new front. In the 1950s and 60s, American toy shelves were filled with G.I. Joe figures fighting enemy forces and board games that simulated nuclear war. These weren't just games. They were tools of propaganda, designed to instill a sense of patriotism and normalize the idea of conflict with the Soviet Union. But the Soviets played the same game. They produced toys that glorified the Red Army and depicted capitalist figures as greedy villains. The toy soldier wasn't just a plaything. He was a political agent, shaping the worldview of a child, one plastic helmet at a time. Perhaps the most sinister use of a toy was for corporate espionage. In the 1990s, the battle for the video game market was fierce. The story, now a legend in the tech world, involves a toy company that was developing a new, highly anticipated interactive doll. A rival company allegedly planted an employee who, under the guise of quality control, stole the doll's prototype microchip. This chip contained the core of the doll's innovative technology. The rival company then rushed their own, suspiciously similar doll to market, beating the original creators by months and costing them millions. The friendly, smiling doll became the center of a bitter corporate war, a Trojan horse in the cutthroat world of toy manufacturing. Even our most cherished icons have skeletons in their closets. The teddy bear, a symbol of comfort and love, has its roots in a hunting trip. In 1902, US President Theodore Teddy Roosevelt famously refused to shoot a captured bear cub. A candy store owner and inventor, Maurice Mitchum, created a stuffed bear to commemorate the event, calling it Teddy's Bear. A sweet story, but one born from the context of a blood sport. And what about the beloved Lego brick? Its journey was paved with tragedy. The company's founder, Olkirk Christensen, saw his workshop burn down twice. The second fire, in 1960, destroyed most of his stock of wooden toys. It was this disaster that forced him and his son to fully commit to the plastic brick system, a decision that would change the world of play forever. The Lego empire was quite literally born from the ashes. Let's talk about dolls. Perhaps the most symbolically charged toys of all. The earliest dolls weren't for play. They were religious idols, effigies used in rituals. Over time, they became tools to teach girls their future role as mothers. But in the 20th century, the doll became a cultural battleground. Barbie, launched in 1959, was a revolution. She wasn't a baby to be nurtured. She was an independent adult woman with a career. But her impossible body proportions were also accused of creating unrealistic and damaging beauty standards for generations of girls. Barbie wasn't just a doll. She was a reflection of society's conflicting aspirations and anxieties about the role of women. And what about the toys that were simply dangerously flawed? The sky dancers of the 1990s. These were beautiful, winged dolls launched into the air by pulling a cord. The problem? They would often fly uncontrollably, and the hard plastic wings acted like propellers, causing chipped teeth, scratched corneas, and facial lacerations. They were recalled after more than 150 reported injuries. Or the Cabbage Patch Kids, Snack Time Kids doll, designed to eat plastic snacks. The doll's mechanical jaw was powerful and relentless. It couldn't distinguish between a plastic carrot and a child's finger or hair, leading to numerous emergency room visits. The nostalgia for our childhood often glosses over the fact that it was a gauntlet of hazardous design. The truth is, toys have never been just inanimate objects. They are a mirror of the society that creates them. They reflect our hopes, our fears, our innovations, our wars, and our prejudices. They show us how science has evolved, how child safety became a priority, and how ideologies have tried to shape the youngest minds. The dark history of toys isn't about a curse or a ghost in the box. It's about human history. It's in the lead, the arsenic, the radiation, the propaganda, and the greed. The real horror is realizing that the most frightening dangers often come disguised with the most innocent smile. Which toy from your childhood do you now see in a different light? Is there a dark history about a toy that we didn't mention? Share your story in the comments. We want to know. And if you enjoyed uncovering the hidden side of everyday objects, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Because there's a world of secrets hidden in the simplest things, waiting to be revealed.